Right, in the telling of a joke. Now, to me, jokes can be put into two categories. There's the type of joke that's about relationships and sex and children, and goes on for years, and they can be modified and told on from time to time. And then there's a second type of joke, which is your topic joke, which a lot of jokes are actually atypical. Now, this particular joke that I'm going to tell is a little bit in the first category, but mainly in the second category, and you'll see what I mean. And it was actually related to me by a friend of mine. And I'd like to thank him if he sees this. And he will realise that it actually has been altered a little bit to suit me, and also 10% content, you know, plagiarism and all that. Mind you though, I don't know, can you plagiarise a joke? Or is a joke one of those things that are shared universally among us and without prejudice? I'd like to think that. But anyway, here's the joke. Right, there's these four guys, and from teens, they've been going away on a fishing trip. And so it's become an annual event. And they've obviously grown up, and they still know each other, obviously, and they've got married. Anyway, this year, the day before they're going to go on this trip, this annual event, John's wife turns around to him and says, "You're not going." And John goes, "Well, we've always gone late." And she says, "I don't care, you're not going. This year you're staying here." Anyway, sadly, he goes to his friends and he says, "Look, Mice put a foot down with a firm hand and says, I can't go." And the guys go, "Oh, it's sad to hear." "Oh, well," he says, "well, we're still going. We're going tomorrow." "All right." So he says, "I hope you have a good time." He says, "I hope you're all right with your wife." He said, "I'll be all right." Anyway, the guys roll up the next day, and John's there. Tent's pitched, fire's going, he's sat in a chair drinking a coffee. The lads all look at him and go, "How the hell did you manage to convince your wife to let you come?" He says, "Well, yesterday evening," he says, I'm sitting in my chair watching a bit of telly, and suddenly my eyes are covered up, and a voice says, 'Guess who?' Well, obviously I realise it's the wife, and I pull her hands off, and she's got nothing but a negligee on. And I looks at her, and she grabs me by the hand, and she pulls me into the bedroom. And as I walk in the bedroom, there's candles and there's rose petals all over the floor, and there's candles everywhere. And she says to me, "I've been reading that 50 Shades of Grey." I went, "Is that a fact?" She says, "Yes." And I looks around at the bed, and there's handcuffs and ropes on the bed. So I says to her, "What do you want me to do?" She says, "I want you to tie me to the bed." So I did. And I looks at her and says, "What do you want me to do now?" She says, "You can do anything you want." So I'm here, lads. Thank you.